All right, so today we're diving into a document that is, well, it's really something else. It's not a research paper, it's not a tech manifesto, it's this formal, almost ceremonial proposal called the Royal Gift, and it lays out this wild, and you might even say bizarre plan to protect the human mind from artificial intelligence.
Right from the very first line, you know this is different. It opens with a formal invocation, "In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful." Now that immediately sets a very unique tone. It's signaling that what we're about to read isn't just an idea, but something that's meant to be treated as a kind of sacred duty.
And that tone leads us straight to the heart of the whole thing. In a world that's just racing towards superintelligence, where every answer is instant, this document makes a bold claim. It says our greatest defense, the one thing that can save the human mind, is actually something incredibly simple and ancient. Just a single, powerful question.
Now, to really get the solution they're proposing, we first have to understand the problem as they see it. And to do that, they take us way, way back to ancient Athens, to their hero of the human intellect, Socrates.
Think about the picture this document paints of him. He had no pre-written lectures, no books. His entire method was live, happening in the moment, purely conversational. He wasn't giving a TED Talk from a podium. He didn't have a stage or any kind of formal position of power.
In fact, his real power came from having zero traditional authority. He wasn't a general, he wasn't a king. His entire practice was boiled down to this one thing, one human mind, face-to-face, challenging another. And the document argues that this, right here, is where true thinking is born. And this was his only weapon. Just two words. Are you sure? See, it's a question that doesn't give you an answer. It does the opposite. It destroys false certainty. By asking that, he forced people to really confront what they didn't know. And in that moment of discomfort, that's where the real thinking could finally start. So, what does a philosopher from ancient Greece have to do with AI? Well, according to this document, everything. The rise of artificial intelligence is putting that entire Socratic, human-first way of thinking at risk of going extinct. And the document's definition of intellect is absolutely key here. It says intellect isn't the answer. It's not the data. It's the messy, difficult, confusing human struggle to get there. It's all about the process, not the final product. And this is where it draws a really sharp line in the sand. Human intellect, it says, has to be earned. You earn it by being wrong, by feeling humbled, even by feeling a little bit humiliated when your argument falls apart. And AI? It just calculates. It recognizes patterns. It can't feel the sting of being wrong. It can't grow through that uniquely human experience of embarrassment. So, it can mimic intelligence, sure, but it can never, ever truly possess it.
So you can see where this is going. This is the central warning. If we start outsourcing our thinking, if we let AI answer all our questions, choose our leaders, do all the heavy lifting for us, then the human mind, like any muscle we stop using, won't just get weaker, it will atrophy. Eventually, it will just collapse.
So, that's the scary part. How do we fight back? This is where the document proposes its solution, what it calls the pen and paper gift. It's basically a formal tradition designed to be a firewall for the human mind.
At the core of this whole gift idea is the concept of the offline intellect. You can think of it as a protected space for thinking, totally free from digital interference. No algorithms, no data tracking, no quick answers from a search engine. Just human minds, a real conversation, and the ideas between them. And this isn't just some abstract philosophy. The document proposes a real, physical system to make it happen. A formal certificate, issued by a royal house, signed by a human custodian. And it has one single absolute rule. No digital copy can ever exist. It's designed to live only on paper, to be held and preserved only by human hands. This is the incredible metaphor the document uses to describe it. This isn't just a casual chat. It's a discipline. It's a form of intellectual combat where the pen is your sword, the paper is the battlefield, and the ultimate prize you're fighting for is your own mind. It's the crown. Okay, so this brings us to the part that probably makes everyone scratch their heads. Why on earth are the world's royal families being picked to guard this system? It's a choice, right? Well, the argument is that these families have qualities that are super rare in the modern world. Think about it. They're built on the idea of stewardship, not quarterly profits. They value inherited memory over fleeting data. And they operate on a sense of sacred responsibility, not passing trends.
In other words, they think in generations, not news cycles.
The whole point is to find guardians who understand time, not trends. To find institutions that, just by their very nature, move at a pace that is fundamentally offline and focused on the very, very long term. So where does all this lead? What does the future look like if this happens? The document's final vision is nothing short of a prophecy. The world itself is going to split in two.
Yeah, it's a really stark prediction. The idea is that the rise of artificial general intelligence won't just change how we live. It's going to literally split reality into two different kinds of existence.
On one side, you'll have the AI realm. That's the online world, driven by data, automation, and pure machine logic. But on the other side, you'll have the human realm, these protected, offline sanctuaries where your private thoughts are safe, and where the most important interaction is still human to human.
And the job of royalty in this vision? It's to stand at the gate between these two worlds. Their role is to enforce one simple, absolute declaration, like a sign hammered into a post. No AI beyond this point. This is human space. It's a firewall made of tradition, not code.
And then the document just ends, not with an answer, but with a single question mark. It brings us all the way back to Socrates. It lays out this grand, strange, elaborate plan to save the human mind, and then it just turns the challenge back on us, asking that same core question all over again. Are you sure? And what are you going to do about it?